is the physical vessel with source power. This is the same for every creature on Earth, with each being's needs unique to that being. That means that your ideal middle ground or balance point might not be the same as your mate or child's or co-workers or friends. That is why one-size-fits-all solutions rarely work for very long.
Nah, y'all, we not meditating. I mean, we are. All right. Before I go any further, like, share, and subscribe to the broadcast. Fix me in on the algorithm so it actually gets picked up later on down the line. Look, so turn on news and social media, and I hear angels crying. That's for all the Christians out there. And it's like, I hear whoever, the prophets weeping and shit. That's for all the Muslims. And, basically I hear God crying. And that's for everybody that's like, you blasphemous speaking. Shut up. You all blasphemous, man. You speak against your own power. Look, listen, what you need to be doing is not repeating Sodom and Gomorrah or the Epic of Gilgamesh or repeating freaking tablet 1 of, the Book of Enki, or either do not follow any of the paintings on the wall that start to lead to a calamity, a great decision of freaking unfathomable consequences that we don't even understand. I mean, the first one, remember, Hiroshima and all of that good stuff. And, remember that whole incident of how the world had to recover from that, and we're still recovering, so this was like that first toll of, we was reading about it, but we wasn't paying attention because we were being taught something different. We were being taught to be slaves. Mind your business, stick to what you're doing. You know what? Close your eyes and your ears and your mouth to anything that you hear, see, or fucking it's whatever, nigga. Don't say nothing to nobody if you do hear or see it. Look, check me out. What you guys need to be doing is really getting scientific, really optimistic, and swifty with how you do it. See, I had a dream one time that mankind was actually able to harness the power of the entire solar system. Now, I'm actually waiting to see that, because in the dream I was able to see it. Now, because of this dream, I actually know that I was there to begin with. So let's not get into all of that. Like, vibrations are real. It's where it all starts. Freaking vibration. That's how they get to the conclusion of is the ancient sound of the universe. Is once the vibration clicked, the energy got rolling and the lights came on. Boom, and things just started happening. Anyway, in the dream, we managed to get everybody off of Earth for some reason and build, shelters for the ones that could actually stay in the right places where the shelters would actually, hold up. And we actually hit the Earth of our own accord, like we hit it to restart some things. Because you got to ask yourself, all of this fossil fuel that we're taking from the earth, you got to put shit back. You feel me? You got to put it back. Like, you can't just, and either you become food for the earth and she takes it back by you and you become her ultimate sacrifice because of ignorance and your freaking lack of actually wanting to survive, whatever the freak this is that we're living in, this ultimate simulation. Ascension comes with a futuristic toll. It's like becoming sci-fi. We all got to become spacewalkers. You got to freaking tap into the enlightenment and accept the force for what it is. I know it sounds freaking fictional, but it is what it is. It's like God is this force that runs throughout the universe and holds everything together. It comes and it exists within everything. All of us got control of it. We are all freaking God. We wrap our minds behind the concept that we are making a lot of these stories up from the past. We're writing them like how we painted on the walls. We're writing them, and people are misinterpreting these stories as some sort of either historical, based on freaking true story type of thing, and not getting the key thing to what this really is. It's basic instructions before leaving earth is what the Bible is. It's telling you how to get your soul right as well as your physical and mental aptitude ready to leave the earth. And it's telling you how to do it in a spiritual way and both showing you that you can do it inside of a spaceship, that we can actually build spaceships. That in alone should tell you something. Most people get on this thing and be like, oh, the earth's flat and they never went to the moon and yada yada yada. Stop being delusional. Look, listen, people are going in and out of space all the time. They might not have hit interstellar space and traveled between the planets, but we have went to the moon and we've sent stuff to freaking Mars. Look, listen, we've sent things up as far as the Oort cloud to just freaking clarify things. So we know that the Oort cloud is real. The asteroid belt, nigga, that wraps between Saturn, or where Saturn and Mars used to goddamn show their freaking distances between each other. That actually was a planet. Nigga, it was a planet. What do you want to call it? Theia, Tiamat, whatever. Earth was a part of that whole thing. It got launched into the inner stuff. Like, this is stuff that's like huge. Like, you should really like to survive what's coming. You got to know what happened first. That's most people be like, why you thinking about the past, or why you studying this stuff, or why you even thinking about this shit to this level? Because you got to know what happened at the beginning of some things. Like, it's not necessarily that we trying to meet God. Motherfuckers know who God is. It's like you're just trying to survive and you don't realize that your survival comes with your evolution, your mental evolution. The spiritual evolution is a part of that. Everything's got to be one. That's transcending beyond the physical and the lights and all of that good stuff. Crystal, we go back to original states. But in order to get there first, you got to survive within this exile, and we got to build out. We got to start really building and working on the legacies of mankind. Like, if not, what are you really doing this for? Because let me tell you something right now. None of the structures we built will hold up through any cataclysmic event, so nobody will read about it. Anything that happens will actually go back into the mud and go so deep that no one would ever discover it in the next lifetime. So what the freak are you doing? Are we going to control the next lifetime, or are we just going to let whatever happens, happens? You know, it's been stories about freaking civilizations that had the technology to survive some things, but just let it happen. Look, sometimes the will of the universe is the will of the universe. All I'm saying is die trying to survive, and don't just sit there and just die. Like, don't just give up. That's like just stupidity. That's not God. That's not even human. Like, we see what the freak we've been through. We don't give up. Like, we keep pressing forward. That's human. We are building a legacy for our future. Our future are the ones who come in our bloodline after us, are the humans that come after us. The next setup, the setup for the next movie. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep the movie. Look, the show must go on. It might sound like I'm talking crazy to you, but he who has ears, like Christ said, hear this shit. If you got the bread, build my spaceships. I'm telling you. Look, I'm just messing with y'all at this moment. But look, thank you for chiming in. Real stuff. Look, if you are in a position and you feel like most of the stuff we're going through or we're putting ourselves through is bullshit, and you're in a position to say, let's change that right now. Let's really work and actually work on the preservation of mankind, because that's what, when I read the Bible, it said this is for the preservation of mankind and, you know, the legacies of man. So my perception might have been, what I got out of it might have been completely different than what you got out of it, you know. And then you started reading it, or they started teaching you about salvation and heaven and hell and places that don't technically really exist unless you're talking about inhospitable living environments, like, you know, going to go try to live on freaking Mercury right now. That would just be stupidity. You would be voluntarily walking into hell. Burn. You know what I'm saying? Or going to go stay somewhere like a tundra and not know how to terraform it. Yeah, boom. Look, listen, we know how to terraform things. So we need to get to terraforming, and we need to get to building space colonies, and we need to be getting to, you know, become a type 1 civilization. And the only way to do this is to move forward with actions. Like, going green is perfect. It's cool. But I say we don't need to be using none of this shit. We need to figure out that zero absolute energy thing. and not use any of this shit unless we're using the electrical energy. And because using the fuel is technically draining my baby of all the energy. Y'all got to understand, this makes it even more inhospitable at times. It's going to tilt things and change the balance. And, you know, it's already burning. The world's already on fire. Let's not let it keep burning. Let's, you know what I'm saying, get the temperature down to the perfect shit so we can still sip drinks and shit on the beach and shit like regular people and smoke my weed and kick it. Anyway, man, y'all stay up. I'm sending y'all positive vibes, just so y'all know. Positive vibes, waves. This is just shit to think on, man. Like, I got some new music out, Endless Field. Yep. Government, man, I love all y'all, man. You come for me hard, man. You're just gonna have to. But either way, just put me on, because I'm still a broke ass nigga when it comes down to it. And I don't even know what broke is. I don't even know what rich is. I think it's all terms we made up just to goddamn deal with the time. Nigga, like, hey, he's broke and I'm rich. Or, hey, I'm broke and you're rich because you got a bag of chips and I don't. I love y'all, man. Stay up.